one of the next topics I did was yearly care for goats. Now, goats need a couple things, but they're not too difficult when it comes to their care. One thing that they need is their CD&T, which is just a yearly preventive shot for any diseases. And then a more weekly type thing that they need is they need their feet trimmed, which is super easy. All you have to do is pick up the leg and cut the sides that flap over. And you can do rabies shots on them. But other than that, they don't really need much of anything else. But they do need to be dewormed. And that is kind of a spring and fall thing. But you don't want to deworm your goats without knowing if they have worms and what type. So the best thing you can do is collect a sample and take it to your local vet. Or as I do, I send my samples out to a company and they test it for me and then send me the results back, and that's a much cheaper option. And then from there, I can assess the situation to what dewormer I need, if they have worms, if they don't. The goats I have here with me right now, this is Pickles. He is 4 months old. He is my future Billy for my females to continue my breeding program. And the black and white guy that was in here with me, his name is Knight. He is the father of the little girl I have. And even though they're Billies, a lot of people think that they're mean and aggressive, but that's not the case with these guys. As long as you give them a lot of time and care and stuff, they're super sweet. They love people. They're always excited when people come. Here he is. Come here, Knight. Here's the daddy. This is Knight right here. He's a sweetheart. And one thing I wanted to point out too, Knight is polled, which means he was born without his horns on. He'll never have horns. A lot of people who have goats born with horns will get them dehorned, and then they have the chance of growing scurs, which are little parts of horns that come out. But I don't mind a goat with horns. They're not mean at all. This is Pickles. He has his horns. And the chances of Knight having a kid without horns is a 50-50 chance when bred to a female with horns. A lot of people think that you should not breed a polled to polled goat. It's basically just a matter of opinion on that. Some people say yes, some people say no. It hasn't really been scientifically proven that it causes genetic disorders, but to be on the safe side, I like to breed a polled to a horned just to ensure the healthiest goat that I can have. And that's pretty much yearly care, looking at things, the health of them. They're pretty simple. You just have to know your goat. A big thing too is monitoring temperatures. The goats need to have a higher temperature. They should be around like 101, 103. If they get down to like 99, that's bad. You need to get their temperature back up. Goats are like very warm animals because they came from Africa and places where it was naturally always warm. Another last thing about yearly care, but this is more towards males when they are first born up until they're about 8 months to a year. You'd like them to be on the older side. You don't want to feed grain because it can cause calculi in their urine, which is like a human kidney stone, which can kill them a lot of times. So what I like to do is I don't feed any grain to my females or my males. They all live off of hay, as you can see here, and grass and natural dry leaves. Grains are just extra things, more for milk and dairy goats. They're not as good for the small miniature ones just because of their size and their needs. That's everything.